We're going to be talking about realism, regionalism, and naturalism. It's y'all's next literary unit. So your learning target for the day is I will investigate the origins of the realism movement in American literature. So by the end of class today, you should be able to do what?
Realize the realism in American literature.
Okay, you should understand the basics of realism in American literature. Thank you, Jacayla. So first we're going to take some notes. I have a Smart Notebook presentation for you. And then we're going to work in groups to answer a couple questions about how you learned to read, what you remember about reading, what you read. It'll make sense, I promise. And we're going to end with a video about Frederick Douglass, just a short biography, followed by we're going to begin reading an excerpt from his novel, My Bondage and My Freedom. Okay, so any questions about what we're doing? Comments, concerns? No? All right.
Shouldn't have put this on camera.
Okay. So we're going to be talking, like I said, about American realism, regionalism, and naturalism. Don't get too freaked out. Regionalism and naturalism, bless you, are kind of subsets within realism. So it's not a huge amount of information, even though we're going to be talking about 3 different kind of mini movements, okay? My smart board's not working. Just hang tight. All right, so to start out, we're going to kind of try to get at the foundations of the realism movement in literature by comparing and contrasting some visual art from Romanticism, which is the literary unit you guys talked about last. Yeah, thank you. With art that is considered American realism. So these 3 paintings represent Romanticism. So what are some of the things that you guys notice about the color, about the subject, sort of the overall feel of the painting? Okay, there's a lot of high contrast between colors. Okay, they are a little bit dark. What about like the scene here? Does this look?
It's very natural.
Okay.
It's kind of sad.
Kind of ominous.
Okay, it's a little ominous maybe.
Yeah.
Does this look like something that you would actually completely realistically see if you walked up to the top of a mountain?
No.
Yeah,
No.
possibly.
I mean, it could be possible, but it has this sort of like ethereal, almost supernatural look to it. This isn't necessarily, like, you wouldn't see this necessarily in a photograph if someone took a photograph standing on top of a mountain, right? Okay, what about the characters that are in these 2 pieces? Okay, they look kind of sad.
Very dramatic.
Very dramatic, okay. Are these like normal, everyday people? Are you going to walk out on the street and see some dude in full-up armor? No. Not, okay, not nowadays. But even in more ancient times, the everyday person isn't going to be a knight in shining armor. The everyday woman isn't going to be a beautiful maiden in a gorgeous gown begging her knight for his love. Okay, it's not, this isn't a depiction of the everyday. Does anybody know, like, generally where the characters in these 2 paintings might be from?
England.
Okay, probably England, Europe.
Yeah.
But more specifically, like, these are characters from Arthurian legend. They're not even necessarily real people. So there's this, in the Romanticism movement of both literature and art, there's this kind of fascination with characters that aren't necessarily real, sort of the idealized, beautiful people of the world, okay? Killing me. Yeah, it's not calibrated. I'll just try and use this. At least for now. Alright. So these paintings, obviously I hope that you guys see like the stark difference. What do you all notice about these paintings? These are considered American realism. Okay, they look more realistic, obviously.
Everyday events of the average American life.
Say that a little bit louder, Kate.
Okay. they're paintings of the everyday events of the typical American in that time.
Okay,
Yeah.
these are like every day a photograph of your neighbor Joe and his cow is what you would see. These are paintings, obviously, they're not photographs. But that's kind of what realism is going for. It's going for that completely natural, you could